Hi, my name is Rishi Sharma, and I'm going to teach you about the Apache JMeter performance testing step by step. So, as you are aware of that Apache JMeter is a performance testing tool which is an open source and can be downloaded from jmeter.apache.org. So it's one of the best performance testing tool available in the market right now in the open source market. So here's the website of jmeter.apache.org. JMeter is basically a performance testing tool for protocol-based performance testing. It is not a performance testing tool for your JavaScript and CSS and all those things. It's basically a performance testing tool for your web applications and database, SOAP, REST web services, FTP, and LDAP authentication messages, TCP Java objects. So JMeter is a 100% open source tool, which is purely based on Java, and it can be easily downloaded from jmeter.apache.org. So basically, JMeter is used for performance testing, but sometimes it is also used for functional testing as well. So today I'm going to show you the basics of JMeter, how to install and how to configure on your laptop, and then start creating your business scenarios. So for performance testing, you should be well aware about your business application, and only the critical business transactions will be considered in the performance testing, not all the business scenarios. So here, as you can see, there is a downloaded resources section in the jmeter.apache.org website. So here is a download resources releases. So there are different releases available in jmeter.apache.org. So the latest version is Apache JMeter 3.1, and there are two versions, JMeter 3.1.tgz, and there is JMeter 3.1.zip. So you can download any of the versions. .tgz is basically for a Linux and Unix based system, and .zip can be downloaded on any Mac or any OS which supports zip formats. So as you can see, this Apache JMeter.org is basically in the previous versions are can be accessed in Apache JMeter archives binaries. So these all previous versions are available in Apache JMeter binaries. So you can download previous versions if you require, but the latest version should be used. So I will display you about the Apache JMeter 3.1. So I have downloaded 2.13, 3.0, and 3.1. So 3.1 is the latest version of Apache JMeter.org. So if you go to Apache JMeter folders, you will find 5 folders and 3 files: bin, docs, extras, lib, printable docs, licenses, readme.md, and different licenses notices. So please do not disturb these files, otherwise it will impact your installation folder. So bin folder is the important folder of jmeter.apache.org, JMeter for performance testing. So there is an Apache jmeter.jar, then you have jmeter.bat and jmeter.sh. So here is the jmeter.sh. So what is the difference between the three versions of jmeter, jar, and then bat and then sh? So basically .sh files are supported on Linux and Unix based system. For shell uses the sh file. So if you want to run the jmeter in Linux or Unix based systems, you can use the jmeter.sh. And jmeter.bat. Bat is the batch files which is run on Windows OS, and Apache jmeter.jar can be run on any operating system which is supporting Java applications. So the JDK should be installed first in your operating system, and then you can run the jar file. So Apache jmeter.jar is basically executable jar file. So if you double click on the Apache JMeter.jar, it will ask you to open and it will turn the GUI mode of the Apache JMeter. So as you can see, the new driver has been initiated, which is the JMeter client, and this is opening the JMeter 3.1 in my system. I will display you the JMeter 2.2.13 as well, so you can understand the differences between the two. There is not more differences between the JMeter 2.13 and 3.1. Just a basic difference of GUI and some additional features which has been adopted by JMeter for reporting and purposes. This is the JMeter 3.2.13 and this is the JMeter 3.1. So there is no difference between the JMeter 3.1 and 2.13. Basically, they have enhanced some GUI configurations and all those things. So I will tell you about the basic features of JMeter. So JMeter has a test plan and workbench. Rest, it has all the file menu option which a normal standalone application does. These are the uh, different functions which is available in JMeter, like search, run, on. Then this is start, remote start all, remote stop. Options, it's a function helper dialog box. Look and feel, you can change the look and feel of your JMeter, so you can change it in the options box, look and feel, and then there's you can change this to different types of JMeter. So function, you can feel the look and feel of the JMeter. Then there is a log viewer. So if you turn on the log viewer, the panel will be appear here, and this panel will show you the logs at the time of execution, what all the functionalities has been covered. You can toggle uh, this panel, log viewer, so you can get the better understandability of JMeter, what it is doing and what are the features has been covered. And then we have help, so it will give you help about the functions and all those things. So mm, it will open the JMeter website and give you the feature which you requested it. Then we have about JMeter, which will give you which version you are using. This is Apache JMeter version 3.1, and this is run button, run start in start all the remote machines, and then this is save button, save all, and this is clean all buttons. So this is the basic functionality of JMeter, how the JMeter looks once you start it. Then you have a workbench and test plan. So workbench and test plan is nothing but to create your test plan. Workbench has what is the difference between test plan and workbench is there is no such difference. There is only one difference which I noticed, that in workbench you can record your application. There is an HTTP and HTTPS recorder, so through which you can record, and in the test plan you can add the thread group and run the thread group. The test plan is basically for running your test steps in thread group, whereas workbench is for recording purposes. And I request you all to not store your recording in workbench. If you close the application, close the JMeter, it will vanish all your test plan. So whenever you want to record your test plan, just record in test plan itself. Don't use the workbench. So in the workbench you have a non-test element called https test script recorder, through which you can record your script and run your business scenarios for performance testing. Here is the port. uh, then there is a button called start, stop, restart. So this is for recording. Once you start it, it will start recording of your application. It will capture HTTP headers. If you want to capture the HTTP headers, you can toggle this. This is an option box. Follow redirects, use keep alive, and then what are the type of HTTP requests you want to capture. Sampler settings. So sampler is nothing but the mimic of your HTTP request. So it will mimic how your users click on a particular application. This is the port number. So the port number is basically for configuration of the JMeter with the browser. So you can record. Then this is the HTTPS domain. So you can write. This is the URL patterns to exclude box, and there is a URL patterns to include box. So if you want to include or exclude uh, any of the any of the transaction of your business scenario, you can put it into the include box, and if you want to exclude it from your business scenario, you can put in exclude box. So what are the features you can exclude is your static request, which is consist in your application like CSS, JavaScript, and images, so which will not put much impact on your performance rather than your application. So if you click on the add suggested exclude button, it will give you the basic functionalities what it can will exclude. So whenever you record, it will not include in your recording. I will show you how this function works. Then I have to create a recording controller in my thread group, so all the requests get recorded in my thread group. This is the test plan. So in target controller section, you can select where you want to record your business transactions. This is the port number 8088. So I have to configure my browser for recording purpose. Close all the tabs, so the other request will not be recorded. Otherwise, it will record all your other requests as well. Go to advanced and network, and then settings. The manual proxy configuration box, you can type 8088 and use this proxy server for all protocols. So whatever the protocols is there, like SOAP, web services, anything will be recorded. Now I will click. So I will click on www.airtel.in and see whether it started recording or not. So I have not started my JMeter to start record the application. That's why it is showing. So I will start, and then it will start recording. Now I go to the browser and then click on try again button, so it will start recording. So as you can see that it has started recording my application. The web page has been loaded, and if I go to my JMeter and click toggle the recording controller, I can see the request has been recorded. So this is server name www.airtel.in, and this is the path, the JS and CSS, JPGs, PNGs, everything has been recorded because I have not selected the URL patterns to exclude option. If I delete my recording, and again stop it and click on add suggested includes, and then I start, so now it will not add PNGs and JPGs from www.airtel.in. So as you can see, there are not any images, less transactions are there. So this is the basics of Apache JMeter, how you can record your application. Thanks for watching. Enjoy performance testing.